Hi everybody. Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will dive into the swirling drama and intricate relationships that define the upcoming episode on Monday, June 16th. Port Charles is buzzing with tension, emotional crossroads, and unexpected alliances as characters grapple with secrets, loyalty, and personal dilemmas. From Drew Kane's internal struggle over his bond with Willow Tate to Jason Morgan stepping up to shield Sonny Corinthos from looming threats. This episode promises a roller coaster of emotions and pivotal moments. Let's unpack the key storylines, enriched with fresh perspectives, inventive details, and deeper character insights to immerse you fully in the heart of General Hospital's latest chapter. First up, the Quartermaine family is a powder keg of unresolved grudges, with Brooklyn Quartermaine refusing to bury the hatchet over past grievances involving Lulu Spencer. In a heated exchange at the Quartermaine mansion, Brooklyn vents to Tracy Quartermaine about her lingering frustration. She feels Lulu's actions have caused irreparable damage, particularly in exposing sensitive family truths. Tracy, ever the pragmatic matriarch, listens with a calculating gaze, perhaps seeing an opportunity to manipulate the situation to her advantage. Meanwhile, Lulu isn't backing down as she meets with Maxie Jones at Kelly's diner for a heart-to-heart over steaming cups of coffee. Lulu passionately defends her choices, asserting to Maxie that she only spoke the truth, no matter how painful. Maxie, caught in the middle, plays peacemaker, urging Lulu to consider mending fences with Brooklyn and Dante Falconeri. However, Lulu remains steadfast, believing the accusations against her are unjust. She expresses regret over the way young Giovanni Joe Palmieri learned about his true lineage to throw a public bombshell rather than a private conversation, but she stands firm that hiding the truth was never an option. This clash of perspectives sets the stage for a deeper exploration of family loyalty versus personal integrity in Port Charles. At the Port Charles Police Department, an undercurrent of tension simmers between Harrison Chase and Dante Falconeri, threatening to disrupt their professional partnership. During a quiet moment in the precinct's break room, Chase senses the lingering unease in Dante's demeanor, furrowed brow, and clipped responses over case files. Chase, eager to clear the air, directly asks if they can move past their issues or if their working relationship is doomed to fracture. The root of their discord lies in Chase's past silence about Brooklyn's teenage pregnancy and the subsequent adoption, a secret that Dante feels betrayed by. This unresolved conflict adds a layer of complexity to their dynamic, as both men must navigate personal hurt while upholding their duty to serve and protect. Will Dante find it in his heart to forgive Chase, or at least compartmentalize his frustrations for the sake of their shared mission? The outcome of this conversation could redefine their partnership, and viewers are left wondering if trust can be rebuilt amidst such personal betrayals. Adding another dimension to the precinct drama, Anna Devane finds herself reflecting on her own storied past of secrets and tough decisions. As she observes Dante's strained interactions with Chase from across the room, Anna's mind wanders to her own history of moral compromise choices made in the name of protection or necessity. Perhaps over a late-night chat in her office, surrounded by case files and flickering desk lamp light, Anna gently probes Dante about his friction with Chase. With her signature blend of empathy and wisdom, she might suggest that Dante consider Chase's predicament, drawing parallels to her own experiences of keeping dangerous truths buried. Anna's perspective could serve as a catalyst for Dante to reevaluate his stance, reminding us that forgiveness often stems from understanding the impossible choices others face. This subplot not only deepens Anna's character as a mentor figure but also underscores the recurring theme of redemption that weaves through General Hospital's narrative tapestry. Meanwhile, at General Hospital itself, Drew Kane is caught in a storm of self-doubt following a fiery confrontation with Nina Reeves. As he paces the sterile hospital corridors, the echo of Nina's harsh words reverberates in his mind. Could Willow Tate truly be better off without him? Drew's internal monologue reveals a man wrestling with his identity, torn between the person he wants to be and the choices he's made. While gazing through a window at Willow resting in her hospital room, he contemplates whether his presence in her life has brought more pain than solace, especially after the devastating blow of losing custody. Yet, even as doubt creeps in, Drew's resolve hardens. A fleeting memory of Willow's smile during better days fuels his determination to stand by her side. This moment of vulnerability might be short-lived, Whispers among the hospital staff suggest Drew could soon redirect his frustrations toward Michael Corinthos, blaming him for recent turmoil. The emotional stakes are high as Drew grapples with whether to fight for Willow or let her go, adding a poignant depth to his character's journey. Elsewhere, Marco Rios finds himself in a state of alarm as he confronts Natalia Ramirez about her precarious legal entanglements. In a tense meeting at a dimly lit diner on the outskirts of Port Charles, Marco's voice is laced with urgency as he demands the full story behind Natalia's connection to Sonny Corinthos. Natalia, caught in a web of her own making, faces a grim potential prison time if she doesn't cooperate with Ada Justine Turner to bring Sonny down. Yet, her recent efforts to repair her fractured friendship with Sonny complicate matters further. Marco, ever the pragmatist, argues that Natalia must prioritize her own freedom over loyalty to Sonny, pressing her to reveal compromising information while there's still a chance for leniency. The weight of this decision is palpable as Natalia's eyes betray her in her conflict: betray a friend or risk everything. This storyline introduces an intriguing moral dilemma, forcing viewers to ponder the true cost of loyalty in a world rife with deception. The stakes escalate as financial discrepancies tied to deception come to light, posing a significant threat to Sonny Corinthos' empire. In a clandestine meeting at a waterfront warehouse, Jason Morgan strategizes with Sonny to mitigate the fallout. The air is thick with tension as Jason, always the loyal enforcer, maps out potential moves to shield Sonny from legal repercussions. With piles of ledgers and incriminating documents spread across a makeshift table, Jason questions how Sonny can minimize losses and safeguard his interests. Their conversation reveals a meticulous plan to reroute funds and obscure paper trails, showcasing Jason's unwavering commitment to protecting his longtime friend. This partnership between Jason and Sonny highlights the enduring bonds forged through years of shared danger, even as external pressures threaten to unravel everything they've built. Fans will be on the edge of their seats as this alliance faces its latest test against the backdrop of Port Charles's underbelly. Finally, Tracy Quartermaine sets her sights on Alexis Davis, concocting a mysterious test that promises to stir the pot in unexpected ways. At a lavish dinner hosted at the Quartermaine estate, Tracy's piercing gaze locks on Alexis, hinting at a hidden agenda behind her polite smile. While specifics remain under wraps, it's clear Tracy intends to challenge Alexis, perhaps probing her loyalty, her past decisions, or her current alliances. Could this be tied to lingering questions about Alexis's legal battles or her connections within Port Charles's elite? Tracy's penchant for power plays suggests this test will push Alexis to her limits, potentially revealing new facets of her resilience or vulnerability. As glasses clink and veiled barbs are exchanged over candlelight, this interaction promises to deliver the sharp wit and high stakes that General Hospital fans crave. Next, we will dive into the electrifying news that has set the Port Charles fandom ablaze: Kelly Thibault's much-anticipated return to General Hospital. The air is thick with speculation and excitement as viewers ponder whether Thibault will reprise her iconic role as Dr. Britt Westburn or step into the shoes of an entirely new character. With Britt's dramatic exit etched in fans' memories, her potential comeback raises tantalizing questions about survival, secrets, and shocking medical revelations. Join us as we explore every angle of this thrilling development, weaving in creative twists, vivid details, and imaginative scenarios to paint a vivid picture of what might unfold in the beloved soap opera. From hidden recoveries to life-altering diagnoses, let's unpack the myriad possibilities surrounding Britt's return to the canvas. The first whisper of Kelly Thibault's return sent shockwaves through the General Hospital community, igniting debates on whether Britt Westburn could truly walk the halls of Port Charles once more. For those who recall, Britt met a tragic fate at the hands of the Hook, later revealed to be the sinister Heather Weber. In a heart-wrenching scene on the docks, Britt was grazed by a deadly weapon coated in snake venom, collapsing into the arms of her devastated mother, Dr. Liesel Obrecht. The image of Liesel cradling her seemingly lifeless daughter remains a haunting memory for longtime viewers. Yet, whispers persist that Britt's story may not have ended that fateful night. Could the writers craft a daring resurrection plot to bring her back? The obstacles are formidable: her apparent death and a grim Huntington's disease diagnosis that promised a limited lifespan even if she survived the attack. However, soap operas thrive on the impossible, and Britt's return could be the ultimate testament to the genre's flair for dramatic rebirths. One tantalizing theory suggests that Britt Westburn survived the vicious assault by the Hook and has been concealed in secrecy ever since. Imagine a clandestine hospital room tucked away in a remote European clinic, where Liesl Obrecht, fueled by maternal desperation, orchestrated an elaborate cover-up. Perhaps Britt slipped into a deep coma rather than succumbing to the venom, her vital signs so faint that even seasoned doctors believed her gone. Liesl, unwilling to accept defeat, could have faked her daughter's death certificate, staging a private funeral to throw off suspicion while whisking Britt away under the cover of darkness. In this hidden sanctuary, surrounded by state-of-the-art medical equipment and a trusted team sworn to silence, Liesl might have stood vigil night after night, whispering words of hope to her unconscious child. This scenario paints Liesl as both a grieving mother and a fierce protector, willing to defy ethics and risk everything to preserve Britt's fragile thread of life. The emotional weight of such a deception would add layers of complexity to Liesl's character, showcasing her as a woman torn between truth and love. As Britt lay in her comatose state, another jaw-dropping twist could have emerged from the shadows of her medical mystery, an earth-shattering revelation about her health. Picture Liesl, in a sterile lab late at night, poring over test results with a team of elite neurologists she's recruited in secret. Their findings defy belief. Britt was misdiagnosed with Huntington's disease, the terminal condition that once cast a dark shadow over her future. Instead, as the doctors dig deeper into her records under flickering fluorescent lights, they uncover that Britt's symptoms, tremors, memory lapses, and emotional turmoil might have been psychosomatic manifestations of intense stress and unresolved trauma rather than a genetic death sentence. This bombshell would flood Liesl with a mixture of relief and confusion. Her daughter might have a chance at a full life, yet the mystery of her symptoms lingers. Perhaps Liesl recalls moments when Britt's fears of Huntington's consumed her, suggesting her mind conjured physical ailments as a reflection of her dread. This unexpected lifeline, though marred by Britt's continued unconsciousness, injects hope into a narrative once steeped in despair, setting the stage for an emotional roller coaster when Britt finally awakens. The moment of Britt's awakening from her prolonged coma could be a cinematic triumph, a scene drenched in raw emotion and long-awaited joy. Envision Liesl at Britt's bedside in that hidden clinic, her weathered hands clasping her daughter's as monitors beep softly in the background. After years of uncertainty, Britt's eyelids flutter, her gaze meeting Liesl's terror-filled eyes in a moment that stops time. Britt, disoriented and weak, struggles to grasp the lost years, her voice a hoarse whisper as she asks how she's still alive when Huntington's should have claimed her by now. Liesl, barely containing her elation, reveals the staggering truth. The diagnosis was a cruel error, and Britt's future stretches far beyond what either of them dared to dream. The hospital room, bathed in the golden light of dawn streaming through a small window, becomes a sanctuary of second chances. Britt's reaction, a blend of disbelief, gratitude, and a fierce desire to reclaim her life, would captivate viewers as she processes the miracle of her survival and the weight of time stolen from her. This poignant reunion between mother and daughter serves as a powerful reminder of resilience in the face of unimaginable odds. With her health restored on paper and her spirit reignited, Britt's next impulse could be a burning need to return to Port Charles, the town that shaped her tumultuous journey. Imagine Britt, still frail but determined, sitting on the edge of her hospital bed, sketching out plans with Liesl to re-enter the world she left behind. Her thoughts drift to familiar face, friends, foes, and unresolved loves like Jason Morgan or Nicolas Cassadine will believe her long gone. The prospect of walking back into General Hospital, her white coat slung over her shoulder, fills her with both trepidation and excitement. What secrets will she uncover upon her return? Will she seek vengeance on those who wronged her, or strive to rebuild broken bonds? Liesl, protective as ever, might caution Britt to tread lightly, warning that her sudden reappearance could unearth old dangers like Heather Weber's lingering malice or buried grudges within the town's elite. Yet Britt's resolve hardens. Port Charles is her home, and she's ready to rewrite her story on her own terms, armed with the knowledge that her life is no longer measured in fleeting moments. Beyond Britt's personal odyssey, Kelly Thibault's return sparks endless speculation about alternative paths the writers might explore. Could Thibault embody a completely new character, perhaps a mysterious relative of Britt's who arrives in Port Charles seeking answers about her cousin's supposed death? Picture a fierce investigator or a compassionate healer stepping off a train at the local station, her suitcase in hand and a photograph of Britt tucked into her coat pocket. Determined to unravel family secrets, this new persona could intersect with Liesel, sparking tension as past deceptions come to light, or forge unexpected alliances with characters like Rocco Falconeri, whose own family dramas resonate with themes of loss and rediscovery. Alternatively, if Thibault does reprise Britt, the storyline might delve into experimental treatments Liesel pursued during the coma, perhaps a risky serum that not only revived Britt but enhanced her in unforeseen ways, adding a sci-fi twist to her arc. These creative possibilities ensure that Thibault's comeback, whether as Britt or someone new, will inject fresh energy into General Hospital's ever-evolving tapestry. As we wrap up this deep dive, the buzzer-owned Kelly Thibault's return to General Hospital leaves us brimming with curiosity and anticipation for what lies ahead. Will Britt Westburn defy the grave, stepping back into Port Charles with a renewed lease on life and a score to settle? Or will Thibault surprise us with a brand new character whose arrival shakes the town to its core? The potential reversal of Britt's Huntington's diagnosis and the dramatic tale of her secret recovery under Liesel's watchful eye offer a storyline ripe with emotional depth and shocking turns. We invite you to share your theories in the comments. Do you believe Britt is truly alive? And if so, how will her return reshape the lives of those she left behind? Next, we will unravel the gripping mysteries and high-stakes drama surrounding Professor Hank Dalton in the latest developments from General Hospital. Port Charles is abuzz with whispers of a groundbreaking yet perilous project in the hands of the enigmatic Dalton, drawing the keen attention of the WSB and Police Commissioner Anna Devane. As Jocelyn Jackson embeds herself in Dalton's world under covert orders, Emma Scorpio Drake inches closer to explosive truths tied to her past with the professor. Meanwhile, Giovanni Joe Palmieri grapples with his own desire to flee the chaos of his newly discovered family ties. Buckle up as we dive into an expanded exploration of these intertwining storylines, infused with imaginative details, fresh twists, and vivid character moments that promise to keep you on the edge of your seat. The shadowy figure of Professor Hank Dalton looms large over Port Charles, his latest endeavor shrouded in secrecy and potential danger. Word around town is that Dalton, a brilliant but reclusive mind, is on the verge of creating something revolutionary with strange, from a cutting-edge biochemical formula to a technological marvel with global implications. His laboratory, tucked away in a nondescript building near the waterfront, hums with activity late into the night, guarded by security measures that hint at the gravity of his work. The World Security Bureau WSB has taken a keen interest, with agents murmuring about the catastrophic potential if Dalton's project falls into the wrong hands. Anna Devane, ever vigilant as Port Charles's police commissioner, keeps a watchful eye, her instincts warning her of the storm brewing under Dalton's calculated exterior. The stakes couldn't be higher, as rumors swirl that Dalton's creation could alter power dynamics far beyond the borders of this sleepy town, pulling in international players with their own agendas. Under the WSB's directive, Jocelyn Jax has been thrust into a dangerous game of espionage, tasked with infiltrating Dalton's inner circle as his research assistant. Picture Jocelyn, armed with a forged resume and a quick wit, navigating the sterile corridors of Dalton's lab, her every move calculated to avoid suspicion. She blends in among beakers and data charts, but her heart races each time Dalton's piercing gaze lingers a moment too long. Her mission is clear: gather intel on the professor's mysterious project without blowing her cover, but the pressure mounts as she senses the weight of hidden cameras and Dalton's cryptic late-night phone calls. Jocelyn's personal ties to Port Charles add a layer of emotional complexity. She knows that failure could endanger not just herself but loved ones like Carly Spencer, who remain blissfully unaware of her undercover role. This subplot transforms Jocelyn into a reluctant spy, balancing deception with the fierce determination to protect her town from an unseen threat. Emma Scorpio Drake's return to Port Charles carries a personal vendetta that threatens to unravel Dalton's carefully constructed facade. Having crossed paths with the professor during their time at Berkeley, Emma harbors a deep-seated mistrust, fueled by memories of his ethically questionable experiments during their university days. Now, back in town with a mission to expose him, she's seen digging through old academic records at the local library and trailing Dalton's movements under the guise of casual encounters. Her determination is palpable as she sits at Kelly's diner, scribbling notes in a worn journal, piecing together clues about his current work. Emma's instincts tell her that Dalton's association with the notorious Jen Sidwell, a figure known for exploiting scientific advancements for profit, spells disaster. Her pursuit of the truth, however, edges her closer to danger as shadowy figures begin to tail her through the foggy streets of Port Charles, hinting that Dalton might already suspect her intentions. Meanwhile, Giovanni Joe Palmieri finds himself at a crossroads, overwhelmed by the whirlwind of drama surrounding his recently uncovered family connections. The weight of being a Quartermain descendant bears down on him, with constant family squabbles and expectations clashing against his yearning for independence. Late one evening, Joe stands on the pier, staring at the dark waters of the harbor, a packed duffel bag at his feet, contemplating a permanent escape from Port Charles. A previous attempt to leave was thwarted by a last-minute plea from Brooklyn Quartermain, whose tearful words tugged at his heartstrings. Now, as tensions mount, Gio's resolve strengthens, dreams of a life free from the chaos, perhaps heading to a quiet coastal town where no one knows his name. His internal struggle paints a vivid picture of a young man torn between duty and the lure of freedom, setting the stage for a dramatic turn in his journey. The plot thickens as Emma Scorpio Drake stumbles upon a critical piece of the puzzle regarding Hank Dalton's secretive project. Imagine a late-night break-in at a secure storage facility, where Emma, clad in dark clothing and armed with a flashlight, uncovers encrypted files linking Dalton to Sidwell. Her breath catches as she deciphers references to a biokinetic device, a potential weapon or cure with unthinkable applications that both the WSB and Sidwell are desperate to control. This revelation, scrawled across stolen blueprints, confirms her worst fears and places her squarely in Dalton's crosshairs. Realizing the danger, Emma makes a split-second decision to flee, stuffing the evidence into a hidden compartment of her backpack. Her phone buzzes with an ominous message, perhaps a warning from an anonymous source that Dalton's operatives are closing in. With no time to spare, Emma prepares to vanish into the night, her heart pounding with the knowledge that exposure could cost her everything. Fate intervenes as Joe, on the cusp of his own escape, crosses paths with Emma at a deserted bus station on the outskirts of Port Charles. The air is thick with tension as Joe, surprised by her frantic demeanor, notices the fear etched across Emma's face under the dim streetlights. She confides in hushed tones that she's uncovered something too dangerous to speak of aloud, her eyes darting to ensure no one overhears. Though pressed for time, Emma promises to reveal more later, admitting only that she must go into hiding immediately. Moved by her vulnerability and sensing a shared desire to break free, Joe offers to join her, vowing to protect her from whatever shadows pursue them. Together, they hastily gather meager belongings, Gio's guitar case and Emma's dossier of stolen inland, board a late-night bus headed for an unknown destination. Their impromptu alliance marks the beginning of a thrilling on-the-run storyline, blending camaraderie with the constant threat of discovery. Back in Port Charles, Anna Devane pieces together the alarming reality that her granddaughter Emma has stumbled into a deadly web of intrigue. In her office at the precinct, surrounded by case files and a flickering desk lamp, Hannah's maternal instincts flare as reports of Emma's sudden disappearance reach her ears. Determined to uncover the truth, she confronts WSB operative Jack Brennan in a tense meeting at a discreet cafe, her voice laced with urgency as she demands answers. Brennan, bound by protocol, reveals only that Emma fled before the WSB could secure her safety, withholding the classified details of Dalton's project. Yet, he implores Anna to aid in locating Emma and Joe, assuring her that protection awaits if they can be found. Torn between her role as commissioner and her fierce love for family, Anna agrees to collaborate with the WSB, dispatching search teams and tapping into surveillance networks across neighboring towns. Her resolve to shield Emma from Dalton's wrath adds a deeply personal stake to the unfolding drama, showcasing Anna as both a formidable leader and a grandmother driven by unwavering loyalty. As the dust settles on these explosive developments, the future of Emma, Joe, and the enigma of Hank Dalton hangs in a delicate balance. Will Emma's discovery of Dalton's alliance with Jen Sidwell and his revolutionary creation force her into permanent hiding, or can she find a way to turn the tables? Could Gio's protective instincts lead him into greater danger alongside Emma, or will their journey forge an unbreakable bond? And as Anna joins forces with the WSB, will she uncover the full extent of Dalton's plans in time to save her granddaughter? These questions linger like storm clouds over Port Charles, promising episodes filled with suspense, heartbreak, and unexpected alliances. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Emma will outsmart Dalton, or is she in over her head? Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital spoilers for all the latest twists, and let's keep the excitement alive as we watch this thrilling saga unfold.